Good morning, world. It's 9:20 right now in the morning. I just finished watching my show. I hope you guys enjoyed my recent video that I made a couple hours ago and early in the morning around 4 o'clock. Obviously, I am shirtless right now because it's fucking humid in the house. I have a fan in my room. I'm still fucking humid. So I'm still fucking hot. Hence why I'm making this video shirtless in my room. And I'll grab a coffee because I'm getting tired. I have enough energy to babble on for an hour and 40 minutes, and I'll upload the video, and as usual I'll pass out till like 6 7 o'clock in the evening, and I'll watch my show, and I'll take my shower, go to the store, and get my beer, get my smokes, obviously. You see what I'm saying? I will get my smokes. Hope you guys enjoyed that last video when I talked about the big deal. Here's the thing though, man. The easiest choice is to release my movie online, obviously. If I release my movie online, though, me and Vijay will make way more money because the whole you're looking at like if I release my movie online, like you're looking at like what way more people around the world will be able the whole world, all of Africa and the Middle East will be able to watch my movies. You see what I'm saying? But I would have to release it in because a lot of people in Africa, most people in Africa speak English, but most people in the Middle East don't speak English. They all speak Arabic. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, but the problem with releasing a movie online is the movie is very unprofessional, and at the same time, I can't sell merch. For me and Vijay to sell merch, we need a distributor to distribute our merch. You see what I'm saying? We need a distributor. We need a distributor to distribute our merch, obviously. You see what I'm saying? Hence why online doesn't work, man. Like even though the easiest choice, I even like the only good thing about online is I don't have to worry about distribution. But the problem with online is that what? It's less professional, obviously. You're not going to get the 4K Blu-ray experience, and I will not be able to sell merch. And like a lot of fans around the world are going to ask me, Ivan, you're going to sell merch. A lot of fans want to buy my merch, obviously. Ivan, are you going to have a movie come with that? A movie poster come with that? We want some merch. Yeah, all movie fans, they love merch, man. All the Lord of the Rings fans who love J.R. Tolkien, who love Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, they all buy Lord of the Rings merch. All the Star Wars fans buy Lord of the Rings merch. Yeah, fans love merch. And if for me and VJ can easily build our own warehouses, obviously, but that would cost me and VJ billions to build. Like, I'm not going to waste money building, I don't know, hundreds of warehouses worldwide just for a couple posters and mugs. No, you're wasting money. You're better off. Amazon is pretty much the best choice for me and VJ. You see what I'm saying? But me and Vijay would make more money if we release it online because more people around the world would order. Because people in Africa and people in Africa and Middle East would have access to the internet. They would be able to log into our website. Obviously, you see what I'm saying? Me and Vijay would make way more money. Yes. If I release a movie online, I'd make way more money. Me and Vijay would make like I don't know. Like we make like I don't know, maybe like 6, 70, 80 billion, $90 billion for our movies. Like every movie was because with Amazon you have profit sharing going on. Me and VJ that's how you know I'm not just about the money. I'm like even though I love money, obviously money isn't everything to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just about the money. You see what I'm saying? I'm what? In other words, Ivan, do you care about how much money you're gonna make for your Zane's movie? Of course I do, but I care more about my art than the money I'm gonna make. You see what I'm saying? I'm not kidding around, man. If Zane's was a shitty movie, and even if I made like $65 billion and $7 million, and I watched Zane's and I found Zane's was a shitty movie, I'd be very, very pissed off. Like, yeah, I made a lot of money, but like, I didn't do I didn't do the fan service. The movie was shit, and I'm saying like, yeah. In other words, this is all you guys who remember my video I made a couple years ago when I started my new series. Remember the video that I made? I said what? Focus on the art first and then the money. The money, if as long as you write it good, just focus on the art first, then the money. Don't focus on the money first. Focus on the art first. If I really was about the money, guys, I can easily be lazy, guys, and just hire. I can have Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, and Peter Jackson just write the script. Philip or like Guillermo to write the script, and me and V just practice our lines, and I have no involvement. I have no involvement in the story. But I'm not lazy. James is my baby. I wanna tell an amazing fucking story. Hence why I don't want anyone touching my story without me being involved. Hence why I want to co-write Zanus, obviously, with Peter Jackson and John Favreau and Filoni. And that's why I bought that book by Seifield. He passed away, by the way, Seifield. I mentioned him, he might have passed away in my past videos because in his book, Seifield talks about like how he was like in college in the 50s and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, if he talks about being in college in the 50s and he wrote the book in 1979, he must be old. And he passed away in 2013. He's known as like the best, he's known as like the father of screenplay writing. He's known as like the best teacher in screenwriting. And he made it in the Screenwriting Hall of Fame in Hollywood. He's big, man. Yeah, man. And his book sold millions of copies. And all you screenwriters in Hollywood, you know who I'm talking. I'm pretty sure all you screenwriters in Hollywood, you guys all know Seifield. Yeah, we know Seifield. We read his books. Yeah, he's a fucking genius. And I'm learning a lot from his book, obviously. I'm gonna reread his book like 2-3 times. That way, what? I hone my skill as a screenwriter, obviously. But I told you because I wrote my own novel, it won't be difficult for me to write Zanus. The only thing I really need to work on for screenwriting is the structure of the screenplay, like to know what to. You know what I'm saying, like writing how do you write the details, how you write the titles, the character titles, obviously. So you have the details, then you have the dialogue, and you have the titles. You have the title, and you have the title details, like exterior. You know what I'm saying? So when I write my screenplay of Zanus, it will start off like this. Screen goes black. Screen goes black. Credits roll. Credits roll. Obviously. Credits roll. Credits roll, obviously. And you type in. And I type in warning. This movie is not for children. So I'm saying here. Warning, this movie is not for children. You know what I'm saying? And it says screen goes black again. Credits roll again. It said this book is an adaptation based off the novel series The Last Hope for Saints, written by Ivan O'Meara. Obviously. You know what I'm saying? Then you say fade in. Fade in, you know what I'm saying? That's my idea so far, obviously. Fade in, and you say what? The sun is setting. The sun is setting in the sky. And there's a view of the sun in the sky or something like that. And that's my idea for the oh my god, you have everything prepped. Yeah, I already know how I want my movie to start. I already told you guys. You have the sunset and the Queen Sarah's in her chambers. Like your son's about to be going. Where's Takis? Takis goes up the walls. It zooms into his feet walking up the stairs, and it zooms into the back of his head, and you see some of the guards putting their head in Your Highness. I'm saying, and he looks in the wall, and he's looking past the wall. Obviously, you barely see the south. Obviously, there's a demonic face in the south. Obviously, there's another face in it. Maramis and Cassius are like, Takis, my lord Takis, my king. You know what I'm saying? He's like, what? What is it? You know what I'm saying? He's like, your son's about to be born. You know what I'm saying? He's in the movie. I might say, I know. Just give me a moment. You know what I'm saying? He looks at the sky. You see a face staring at him. What face is that? I won't spoil it over when he says it's time. And that one word, you guys will see what I mean. The one word, it's time, is a very, very powerful. It sums up. That's why I'm a fucking genius. Holy shit! I even knows how to tell you. Yeah, when Taki says it's time, you'll see what I mean when he says, why does Taki say it's time? Because it's what? Taki's generation is a lucky generation. That's all I'm going to say. He says it's time, obviously. Yeah, and the story starts, Taki, you get Taki's birth. You get this nice, beautiful music. Yeah, you're looking at a masterpiece for Zanus, man. So the creative part of my book, I will not struggle with for my movie, because all me, VJ, and Peter Jackson have to do is just, I took my notes. I'm prepped, obviously. I took all my notes. I studied my notes. I read the Seifield book a couple times, and I studied Peter Jackson's Father in script. And now I'm prepped to write the script, obviously. Even Peter Jackson, John Favreau, and Dave Filoni will be shocked when I do the board meetings with them before I write the script. They'll be like, holy shit, Ivan's fucking prepped, man. Like, he prepped the shit out of himself before he started his company. Yes. And VJ helped me too. VJ's prep too. VJ helped me. VJ helped me because I saved VJ's ass. She can see me. She helped me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not helping you, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? She helps me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, VJ, what changes should we make? Let's write a good 5-6 pages. That's it, worth of notes for the 3 volumes. Ivan, your book is good. You don't need to change anything. Everything's good. Oh no, VJ, you can't be lazy. We need to. Let's go over. I'm not going to go over the entire book. No. I'll just go over some sections and some chapters and see if we can change some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we discussed the notes. Okay, the swords, Tactius eyes go blue in the book, obviously. Whereas in the movie, I don't want his eyes going blue. Yeah, that's a bit silly. Yeah, in the movie, if Tactius eyes go blue, that's silly. You can have his pupils change color, like the characters in Dune, the movie. Remember in Dune, the movie? You guys saw the movie, their eyes change color. Yeah, some of that for Tactius. I know what I'm doing. And Aratet's eyes change red too, similar to the way those actors' eyes change color in Dune. Or I might have Aratet's eyes be black and they don't change at all. Okay, for the movie, let's not have Aratet's eyes glow red and Fool's eyes glow red in the feces. Let's just have his eyes be black. Make some minor changes. You know what I'm saying? I want Aratet having a long sword, whereas in the movie he has a big axe. Have Aratet have a sword, that way you get better coordination with your fighting with him and Tactius. I know what I'm doing. And for Fool, he has a sword. You know what I'm saying? It's fine for the book. It's fine for the wolves and them having axes. But in the movie, I'm going to have them have swords. All the demonic main wolf characters and minor ones who fight, they all have swords. Whereas the wolf army and the bat army, I'm going to mix it up. Some have swords, some have axes, some have spikes. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm also going to make some changes to young Tactius with the Eagles. The Eagles talk. I'm going to have more scenes with Tactius and Tactonius with the Eagles, obviously. And I might have more scenes with Cassius and Tactonius, and Tactius and Meramis too. In young Tactius, they tell Tactius them stories, or I might have Tactius's mother tell Cassius and Tactonius stories if you want. Have them tell stories. They sit in a campfire in the fire and they tell them stories. Makes the story more interesting. Yeah, you can make a few changes, but Xanax will have very, very minor changes because what? Because it's a masterpiece that I wrote, man. And I recommend all you. I'm not kidding around, man. All you guys out there in the world who want to be a screenwriter, or you're a filmmaker who wants to write his own movie, obviously. Because there's some people who want to be filmmakers, but they don't want to write their own screenplay. I recommend, if you want to be a filmmaker, I think it's best you write your own screenplay. There's nothing worse than directing someone else's movie that you didn't write. I think as a filmmaker, you should be able to write your own story. That way you get a better movie, obviously. Hence why for my movie, I want all my directors co-writing it with me. That way they know I know what I'm doing. That way they know the ins and outs of your story. If they write their own movie, they're gonna know that they have the same vision, obviously. The directors can still have the same vision if they didn't write the script, obviously. But it's not technically speaking, it's not really their movie, because they're just bringing the words to motion picture. It's not really their movie. If you want your movie to really be your own, you gotta write it, man. Write it and direct it. That way it's your own, or at least write it. If you write it, it's your movie, obviously. Like, I'm not gonna be directing Xanus, obviously, but I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna be the co-writer of my movie, obviously. And I recommend you have a co-writer help you write your script. That way you have more minds helping you. I'm not a fan of directors writing the script on their own. No, don't do that. George Lucas learned his lesson. The prequels did not have the greatest writing. Obviously, there were a lot of corny dialogue. Why? Because George Lucas was a lone wolf. He did everything himself. Whereas for the originals, George Lucas co-wrote all his movies, and he had a lot of help. That's why you had better dialogue in the originals than you did in the prequels. As the prequels had a lot of corny dialogue. Like, we're smarter than this. You know what I'm saying? Make them suffer. You know what I'm saying? That was very cheesy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of corny dialogue in the prequels. You know what I'm saying? Hence why I do not want to co-write. I do not want to write Zanes on my own. No. I need Peter Jackson's help or Bill Gibson's help. Don't hate Peter Jackson, because high chance I'm gonna choose more Peter Jackson, and I might hire But I might choose Peter Jackson. You never know. And I need Jon Favreau to only help me too. But Jon Favreau will only help me a little bit. I'll only have him help me twice a week. And the next 3 days they go over. They what? They do their business calls, obviously, and then when they go to their house, they go over what me and Peter Jackson were on. That way they're not lost, and they're caught up with me and Peter Jackson's writing of the script. Obviously, I know what I'm doing. That way you get an amazing movie. Well, enough about Zanes. I'm gonna talk more about what? About me and VJ's fat deal we're gonna sign, man. It looks crazy, man. Yeah, me and VJ are gonna sign a fat contract, like a $200 billion deal. A $200 billion deal. That's if 700 million people buy it. If 900 million people buy it, me and VJ are signing closer to that two like $70 billion deal. I'm not kidding around, guys. I did the math, man. 160 times 700 is $112 billion. $112 billion after taxes is $70 billion. 61% of $7 billion is 42 billion dollars, and Amazon takes 28 billion. But you have the $33 cost of the 4K Blu-ray discs. The box set obviously it costs money to. I'm not only, I'm going to be making the Blu-ray companies a lot of money because Amazon's going to have to what? They're going to have to get a lot of 4K Blu-ray players from the Blu-ray companies obviously. It costs Amazon money obviously, but the sales covers the cost obviously. So Amazon's not paying a dime. Okay, I'm gonna ask when I fly Amazon CEOs from my office. I'm gonna ask them, okay, guys, how much will it cost for 4K for 6 4K Blu-ray discs? Okay, Ivan, you want to sell your movie to box? Like, yes, guys. There's a good chance Amazon might tell me, Ivan, why don't you release the what? Why don't you release the movies? The movies like 1 year at a time. Like, we'll make way more money. I'm like, guys, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to keep the fans waiting. Plus, after I film Zane's, I don't want to have to constantly be bothered about the selling the movie and the posters and what and me. There's nothing worse than starting a process for the Gray Escape movie and I have to focus on all that. No, guys, like we're making more enough money. Just you don't want trust. We don't want to keep the fans waiting. For my movies, the fans are going to be very ticked off if they have to wait a year for Volume 2. No, man, just release all 3 volumes at one time. It's my company's direct. Because my company is direct, you can release it all 3 at the same time. If I release my movie on theaters, I would release it 1 year at a time, obviously. But if my movie's not on theaters, my movies are direct to 4K Blu-ray. Obviously, right? So I'm gonna ask the analysts, okay, guys, tell me how much will it cost for 6 4K Blu-rays? Oh, I even know it costs a good $30 for 6, $5 each. Because I went online, it says 4K Blu-ray discs cost from $5 to $10. My guess it will cost probably a good $30 around there. No, I know it costs like $5 for the 6 4K Blu-ray discs. $30. Okay, how much would it cost for the 4K Blu-ray case cover and the pictures? I have now cost another $3. Okay, $30. I'll price the series for $159.99. If it costs us $60, $10 each for the 6 discs, $65. I'll price my series for $200. The way I make my nice profit. See what I'm saying? I know what I'm doing. The way I make my nice profit. But chances are it'll cost probably about $33. I'll price my series for $159.99, and my 3 volumes will be sold in a nice box set on Amazon. Okay, Ivan, how will the world buy your movie? I'm gonna have the my web design put an ad on my ad link. You know when you go on websites, you see those ads. Yeah, you get this ad. Buy the box set now. Buy The Last Hope of Zane. You get this nice ad. Buy The Last Hope of Zane's box set now on Amazon, and you click this link. And the moment you click the link, you have what? You have it directs you to the Amazon site, obviously, and all the Amazon different websites are listed. I'm going to tell Amazon, guys, whenever my web design links whenever my web designer links the box set and merch to your website, you're going to have to list all the 100 countries that you're in around the world, for everyone to see, obviously. So you have Amazon Canada, Amazon America, Amazon US, you have Amazon Mexico, Amazon's in every country in Europe. You know what I'm saying? They're in Japan, they're in China, they're in Korea, they're in Australia, they're in New Zealand. They're not in Africa. The only country they're in is in South Africa. So the people in South Africa are lucky. They're going to get to see my movie, obviously, whereas all the rest of Africa will not get to see my movie. Sorry about that. And I believe they're in all the countries in South America. Hence why you're looking at about, I don't know, 800 million people, 900 million people buying it. As me and Vijay make like 35, 36, 37 billion around there. But I'm being humble. I'm assuming 700 will buy because most people around the world have families. So if you have and children make up a good chunk, more than half the population of the world. You see what I'm saying here? If the guy's a 10, 12-year-old kid, he's not going to buy my movie. The adults are going to buy it. The adults are going to buy it. The 18-plus-year-old kids are going to buy it. See what I'm saying? So it cuts it down. And I'm only going to release my movie in like 6 languages. And Amazon is also not in the Middle East. Like more than half of the world is not going to be able to see my movies, guys. Sorry, guys. Only the first world like countries and the second world countries, like South America is second world. Only the first world countries and the second world countries are going to be able to see my movie. Whereas the third world countries will not be able to see my movie, guys. You see what I'm saying? The only way the third world countries can see my movie is if I release it online, obviously. But if I release it online, I cannot sell merch. And the fans are, I want to have fucking what? I want to have merch for my movies, obviously. Same time, a lot of places in Africa don't have internet. A lot of places in the Middle East don't have good internet and all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? That's why, and plus, I'm not a fan of the online streaming, obviously. But Vijay might tell me, Ivan, we'll make more money off online. Yeah, I'll make more money, but I'm not a fan of online streaming. Online streaming is very unprofessional. Online streaming is very, very unprofessional. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of online streaming. It's very unprofessional. 4K Blu-ray is where it's at, obviously. But I'll make way more money off online streaming because more people around the world will buy it. More people around the world will have access to my movie. Because Amazon's only in like half the countries Amazon's only in like 100 countries around the world. That's it. A lot of countries, obviously, but they're not in every country in the world. They're not in Africa. They're not in the Middle East. They're not in what? All the other countries. Ivan, what country is Amazon? Amazon is not in Africa, except for They're only in South Africa. Amazon is not in Africa, so all the countries in Africa cannot buy our movies. Don't hate me, guys. And Amazon is not in what? They're not in the Middle East either. Obviously, the only countries in Asia that Amazon's in India. Obviously, they're in India. They're in India. Obviously, they're in what? They're in India. They're in China. They're in Japan. And they're in what? And they're in they're in Korea too. They're in all those countries. Those are all first world countries, obviously. Well, India isn't a first world country. India is a second world country. Third world, second world country. Whereas Africa is third world country. It's very poor. And people in Africa will not be able to see my Zane's movie, obviously. And people in the Middle East, don't hate me, guys. You will not be able to see my Zane's movie. And I believe they're in like half the countries in South America. So a lot of people in South America won't be able to see my movies either. But I believe Amazon's in all the countries in South America. And I'm releasing my movie in Spanish, so everyone in South America will be able to see my movie. And South America has about 400 million people living there. So my guess is a good like 120 million people, 100 million people out of the 400 million people will buy my movie. Because most people have families, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. What? Europe has 1 billion people living there. Chances are a good 400 million people in Europe will buy my movie. America has 300 plus million people, maybe 80 million, 7 million people in America will buy a movie. Canada has 40, 12, 13 million people in Canada buy a movie because most people have families. Because not everyone in the country can buy a fucking movie. No. If you have a family, you only need to buy one movie. You see what I'm saying? So, and children make up more than half the population of the world. There's more children in the world, obviously, than adults. Because most people have on average 2 kids. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously. I don't know, man. Should I I think 6139, I think I'm being a bit too generous to Amazon. Because at the end of the day, like Amazon's only making that money because of me and VJ, man. Yeah, they can distribute my movie around the world. But I think 6139, I'm being way too generous with Amazon. Like, me and VJ can even take 70-30 if we want. And the actors will even make way more money. They'll make way more money, obviously. I don't know, 10%'s what? 10%'s what? Like an extra like $4 billion, whatever it is. 1%'s like 50 million bucks. So 10% is what? Like, yeah, 4.5, an extra 4.5 billion bucks being you're gonna make off the movie, obviously. Nah, I'm a man of my word, man. I don't want to do Amazon like that, man. Like, there's nothing worse than me making that Swimming the Sharks video. I say 60-40, and all of a sudden I meet with Amazon, I change my mind to 73. Amazon's like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? You said 63, 61, 39, now and now you're what? You know what I'm saying? $4.5 billion is more money, obviously. But I told you, me and VJ will have the keys. We're gonna make our plays out the movies. Just give Amazon the 39%. That way they keep them happy, obviously. That's good. You know what I'm saying? Ivan, you're being a bit too generous, man. You're giving Amazon 39% of your money. I guarantee Peter Jackson's like, Ivan, you're fucking crazy. You're giving Amazon 39% of your money, man. I wouldn't do that. I'd give them like 25%, 30%. I'd take 7% of the pie, yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I were to take 70% of the pie, I wouldn't go any higher than 0.5% for the actors. Because now that I'm making more money, like the 0.5% is the same. In other words, if I made 70% of the profits, if the actors took, if I didn't go any higher than 0.5, the actors would still make the same money because I'm not, me and Vision are now making more money. They're still making the same amount of money as if they're making 1% for the 61%. See what I'm saying? But if I made, I'm not stupid. I'm not letting these actors rip me off. If we think for 1 second, if I might do 70-30 for Amazon, man, because I think I'm being a bit too generous, man. But if I do 70-30, I'm not going any higher than 0.6% for the actors and the 17. Because what? Because I'm not gonna let these guys rip me off, man. Like, if you think for 1 second, I'm gonna make, if I make 70%, there's nothing worse than you making 70%, and all of a sudden, like, you're giving Dave Filoni is now making like $60 million, and they're not ripping you off. You know what I'm saying? And Jon Favreau's now making like $100 million in royalties, and Keanu Reeves is making like $140 million in royalties, and they're now ripping you off. You know what I'm saying? You're not letting them take advantage of you. No, I'll just do 61-39. Usually, like, Ivan, you're being a bit too generous. Even Peter Jackson, like, Ivan, you're fucking crazy, man. You're giving Amazon 39% of your money. Like, Ivan, like, you and VJ are the main show. Like, they're making that money. They're taking all that money, all of your money. You're giving them all. You're giving Amazon a good chunk of your money, Ivan. You know, holy shit, Ivan, you're a good man. You're a nice man, Ivan. I would never do that. Because Peter Jackson's greedy, you know what I'm saying? Even the actors were saying, like, Ivan, you're giving Amazon 39% of your money. I would never do that. If I was like you and I had the keys, I would never give Amazon 39% of my money. I'd give them, like, I don't know, 25% of my money. Amazon is worth at least 25+% of the pie. Obviously. Should I do 70-30? I don't want to do Amazon like that. I already said 60-40 in my video, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't want Amazon to rip me off, man, because 39% is a big chunk of the pie, man. Amazon's walking away with a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jeff Bezos just took 39% of my money, you know what I'm saying? And, like, he doesn't have, he's big, but he doesn't have the keys like me, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, though. Amazon can distribute my movies worldwide to 100 countries. And you're looking at, they have to hire like a lot of mailmen around the world. It costs money. They have big costs. They're going to have to pay all their employees their overnight shifts, or their overnight salaries. Yeah. As all these employees for Amazon are going to have to work overnight shifts to deliver my movies and my merch around the world, man. All over Europe, all over North America, Alaska, Mexico, South America, China, Japan, Korea. You know what I'm saying? Russia. Amazon's in Russia too. Yeah, man. They're also in Russia. Yeah. They're going to have to deliver to all those countries, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? My deal is 61. Here's the thing. I'll do 62-38. I think that's fair. That way, me and VJ take our 60. Because I told you, for all my movies, I'm going to be going a bit over 1%. A tiny bit over 1% because I'm giving like all the small A-listers of my 17. My deal for Amazon is 60. I think 62-38 is good. 62-38 is a good deal for Amazon. I'll do. Me and VJ will make a bit more money. 1% is an extra $400 million. Hence what? Yeah, hence the actors will make a tiny bit more. But instead of 3.3, they'll make 3.5, maybe 3.6. The ones who take 0.01%. Around there. Yeah. Okay, VJ, we can do 62-38 for Amazon. That's a good deal for them. So okay, Amazon. I know Jeff Bezos, do not hate me. Don't be angry. Ivan, like, what the fuck? No, like, don't be angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're still gonna make your money, obviously, but I think I'm being a bit. Don't hate me, Amazon. You guys know that the only reason why you're making this kind of money is because what? Is because me and VJ are what? Me and VJ are what? Me and VJ are what? Are the main show, and we have the keys. That's why I think 62-38 is fair. That's my final offer. I'm gonna go a bit higher. $62.38. That's my deal for Amazon. That's a good deal. I'm saying if Amazon's greedy and if they get angry, I'm like, guys, the only reason why you're making this fucking money is because of me and VJ, is because of me and VJ's keys. And what? And like the only reason why you're making it, it's kind of money. The 38% you're making, guys, is more than 50% for what you're making for all your other companies. And so I'm giving you a good fucking deal, man. I'm nice enough to give you a good chunk of the pie, but like I'm taking most of the pie, man. 62.38 is my deal, obviously, and because I'm taking home 62%, all the actors now for my movies are even going to make more money. Scarlett Johansson and Ben Affleck now are going to make like 30 million instead of 22. Keanu Reeves will make it $70 million instead of 66. Jon Favreau will make it 70 million instead of 66. You see what I'm saying? For Zanus. Dave Filoni will make his like 40 million. My deal is 62.38. But even though I'm taking home 62%, I'm not giving any more than 1% to the actors. I'm like, guys, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm only giving 1% of my money to the Hollywood actors. That's the deal, man. Because all these actors, agents, like all these big agencies in Hollywood, obviously, like the CAA, you know what I'm saying? All the big agencies in Hollywood who represent all the big stars and all the big A-listers and A-list actors, they all know me and VJ signed that massive $200+ billion deal for the movie and the merger with Amazon, obviously. Hence what? Hence they're all going to try and get a piece. Trust me, I guarantee you Keanu Reeves, Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson, Scarlett Johansson, Ben Affleck will get cocky and they'll try and push for 0.5, 0.7, 1% of my guys, man. You think I'm fucking stupid? If you think I'm going to give you, I don't know, $500 million of my, $450 million of my money, and make that free cash when you're not worth that, when you're not even worth that, you're crazy. I'll give you a small, tiny piece, I'm saying, of the profits, but you're not getting any more than 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. That's good enough. As you're walking away with tens of millions in your bank. I'm going to show my camera here.